The Zacks rank, value, momentum, growth, and income all factor into Zacks rank buys.
In a world of aggressive growth strategists, there's certainly one who stands out above the rest, and he's with me here now, Brian Bolan. He's our aggressive growth stock strategist here at Zacks. You've got a couple of real interesting media companies to talk
media
about.
companies, and that was possibly the greatest intro I've ever had.
See?
Anywhere at any time.
Save it, mark it, put it on your website.
I'm gonna download this video so I own the whole thing.
Make it part of your LinkedIn. Go ahead.
That's definitely part of my LinkedIn, right?
Right. So the first one is WWE Entertainment.
Right, and I almost there for a moment. I thought you were trash talking me, trying to set me up for the big body slam that you were going to hit me with later.
It did occur to me, but then I took a different turn. So
all of the wrestlers, from WWE.
Right.
It's a sports and entertainment company and a media name, with the WWE Network channel,
right,
as well as the television programs. We will consider it kind of a media company. It is that Zacks ranked number one, strong buy. Mm-hmm. We always like to profile those type names here. And it has the thing that I really like to see, the convergence of the growth score, the style scores.
Right.
So growth is an A and value is a D. And I like to see that big difference because I believe that growth investors and value investors are searching for different things. So I want to see in the aggressive growth plays that strong growth score. Mm-hmm. They're coming off a very strong beat. The Zacks consensus estimate was looking for a loss in the quarter and ended up posting a gain of 4 cents. So that 5-cent beat translates to a 500% positive earnings surprise, and that's what we really like to see. Media stocks have been very strong of late, and this company is going to report again here in early May.
There's been a little bit of turmoil in that sector, though, lately, with different networks looking to sell off, or different companies looking to sell off different parts of their empires, media parts being among those.
Right, and that's all out there, and I think that's kind of impacted in the price here as we look at the forward multiple on it of 38 times, mm-hmm, which is a lot, but there is still growth here. And I think the big story is, the WWE has been around for a very long time.
Yep.
Recently held a WrestleMania event.
Right.
And
they do that every year.
They do that every year, right? Thank you, Terry.
Glad I could help.
I mean, it's been a while since I've watched wrestling. I used to.
Yeah.
I was a big fan as a youngster.
But their model doesn't change much.
Right. And but there's still growth. Right. I think the recent number was 39% year-over-year growth of subscribers to the network following the WrestleMania event. So,
I mean, you got to look at this, as you and I were talking before we started here, and you got to sit back and say it's a brilliant multi-level marketing, merchandising story.
Yeah, definitely. The leadership at WWE has been there all along and done a tremendous job of turning something that was just basically a here and there on television, that some people would watch to a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
And just think of all the jobs, the things that has been created out of it. It's just a wonderful, all-American story.
Right. Okay, the next one, DreamWorks Animation, DWA, the ticker, another popular company.
Right, and DreamWorks is hitting today. There are talks that Comcast is in talks to buy DreamWorks for a price tag of about $3 billion. And I'll get back to that in a minute here. But just talking generally about the company, it's the maker of animated movies, mm-hmm, things like Kung Fu Panda and those series. Been very successul. There's also another aspect out there, Awesomeness TV. Talk about that in a minute too. It's a Zacks rank 2. It's a buy. We normally do number ones here, but I felt with the media kind of tie in here for these two stocks would be a good one, and it's a good day to mention it. And it does have the thing that I really like to see, that divergence in the style scores, growth of an A, value of a D. So Comcast is said to be interested in buying it. And it's kind of interesting that last night, late, the Wall Street Journal ran this story. This morning, Comcast has its earnings report, and they're not going to talk about any potential M&A. So that it's out there, but when we talk about the price tag for this, being $3 billion, the company was worth approximately $2.3 billion as of the close yesterday.
Yesterday being the 26th of April.
Right, yesterday being the 26th, today being the 27th.
Right.
So the difference between the $3 billion and the 2.3, that's a 30% premium. So if we take a look at the stock right now, well, it's not right now, but just before I came in here, you know, we're trading at 31.65. The valuation of the company was at about 2.7 billion. If you include this about 16% run up. So is there still more upside here to this? You know, I think that there's two ways to look at it. And just to answer the question, definitely there's more upside. So if you're buying the company for $3 billion and it's at 2.7 billion, there's still that, you know, $300 million that could be reflected in the stock price. So it could be up another 12% from here. But then there's also the idea of the negotiating tactic. You know, can you get more than just $3 billion? And I think one of the big aspects in here, the underlying kind of thing that that I really liked in this story, is Awesomeness TV. And that's a media entity that DreamWorks owns 51% of, Verizon owns 24.5%, and the Hearst companies, the publishing companies, the magnates from long ago, they're, you know, still very active in the publishing world. They own 24.5%. So there is a lot going on here in this story. You know, Game Changers is the trading service that I run here at Zacks, and we bought this stock on April 19th. So we're really liking it right now and not moving to sell it today. We think that there's more upside in this stock.
Awesome, I guess. Do you own either of these outside of your service?
I do not.
All right. Check out more stock picks and stock picking strategies if you're so inclined on our website, Zacks.com. Link to it all right off the homepage if you're not there already watching this video. With Brian, that standout aggressive growth strategist, I'm Terry Ruffolo.